All right, so today we're tackling Critic interviews.
Ooh, exciting.
And we're going deep with RoleCatcher's resources.
Yeah, their Critic Career Guide and Interview Guide are fantastic.
Really good stuff. So we're going to help you totally ace this interview.
It's not just about, loving movies or books, right?
Right.
There's so much more to being a critic.
Exactly.
There's real depth to it.
Yeah, it's about, that analysis, that insight,
Yeah.
that ability to articulate what makes art tick.
Totally.
So before we jump into the interview questions, let's just get a feel for the critic landscape.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, love that.
What are we dealing with?
Yeah, the RoleCatcher Career Guide actually paints a fascinating picture.
Okay.
It's not just about movies and books anymore.
Right.
You've got critics specializing in everything.
Really?
From video games to culinary experiences.
Wow.
I mean, you name it.
So it's like the world is their oyster,
Exactly.
ready to be dissected and discussed.
Absolutely. And the work environment can be pretty dynamic, too. Imagine attending concerts, exhibitions, even movie premieres.
That's cool.
All in the name of research.
I like that.
Right.
Sounds glamorous.
It does sound glamorous.
But the guide doesn't shy away from the challenges either, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
You got those tight deadlines, the potential for backlash.
Yeah,
It's a demanding field,
it is.
for sure. And then you've got the whole evolving media landscape too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Social media has become a huge platform
A huge.
for criticism,
Right.
which means more opportunities, but also more competition,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a fast-paced world out there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be sharp, adaptable,
Yeah,
able to capture attention with those bite-sized reviews and stuff.
definitely.
But, you're prepping for this interview, which means you're already taking that first step to standing out.
Absolutely. And that's where the RoleCatcher Interview Guide comes in.
Okay.
It is packed with insights on the questions you're likely to face.
So let's dive into those questions. All right, first up, and this is a classic.
Yeah.
What inspired you to pursue a career as a critic?
Oh, that's a good one. This is where you really get to showcase your passion.
Okay.
Think about the defining moments, that ignited your critical spark.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a particular book, a film, a piece of art that shifted your perspective?
Yeah, or maybe a mentor who really encouraged you to think analytically.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Right.
Totally.
So whatever it was, pinpoint that spark and articulate it authentically.
Yes, and remember, they might follow up with something like,
Oh.
what kind of critic do you see yourself as?
Oh.
The harsh judge or the encouraging guide?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How would you approach that?
Well, the guide emphasizes the importance of constructive criticism.
Okay.
It's about offering insights that can help artists grow, not just tearing them down.
So it's about finding that balance between honesty and a genuine desire to elevate the art form.
Precisely.
Right.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful. Imagine typing your answer into their AI feedback tool
Okay.
and getting personalized suggestions on how to fine-tune your message.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like having a virtual mentor
Yes, exactly.
helping you craft the perfect response.
Exactly. The AI can analyze your tone, suggest stronger arguments,
Wow.
even provide examples to make your answer more impactful.
That's amazing. Okay, let's move on to another common question.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in your field?
Ooh, yes. So this is where you showcase your genuine thirst for knowledge.
Okay.
Think beyond just reading reviews.
Right.
What are your go-to sources, industry, blogs, podcasts,
Right.
maybe even academic journals or online forums?
Yeah, and don't be afraid to mention specific publications, websites, or even influencers you follow.
Yes,
It shows you're actively engaged.
exactly. And if you're a member of any relevant professional organizations, definitely mention that.
Oh, good point.
It shows your commitment to professional growth.
Right. Okay, next question. How do you balance personal opinions with objective analysis?
Ooh, good one.
This one feels like walking a tightrope.
Right? The guide stresses the importance of self-awareness.
Okay.
We all have biases,
Right.
but a good critic acknowledges them and ensures they don't overshadow their judgment.
Yeah, so it's about being able to separate your emotional response
Yeah.
from your objective assessment of the work's qualities.
Right. You might say something like, I'm aware that I have a personal preference for, and then
Yeah.
you insert the genre or style here.
Right.
But I strive to ground my analysis in the work's objective qualities, such as technique composition and historical context.
Okay. That shows you're thoughtful
Yeah.
and committed to fairness. Now, imagine they follow up with,
Okay.
can you give me an example of a time your personal opinion clashed with a work's critical acclaim?
Ooh.
How did you handle
No,
this?
choose an example that highlights your analytical skills.
Okay.
Maybe a film everyone raved about, but left you cold.
Yeah, or a book that's considered a classic that just didn't resonate with you.
Exactly. Walk them through your thought process. Explain how you separated your emotional response from your objective analysis.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI feedback tool can really shine.
Oh, yes.
It can analyze your answer for clarity and suggest ways to make your reasoning more compelling.
Very cool. And don't forget about their CV or resume builder.
Oh, right.
The AI can tailor your application to specific job descriptions, highlighting the skills and experience that matter most to each employer.
Well, that's smart. So you're not just sending out a generic resume.
No.
You're creating a targeted document that makes you stand out.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to another challenging question.
Okay.
How do you approach reviewing something you strongly dislike?
Oh, boy.
This one feels tricky.
Can be, right?
No one likes being the bearer of bad news.
True, but remember the guide emphasizes professionalism.
Okay.
Even when you dislike something, you can offer constructive criticism.
Right.
Focus on identifying where the work falls short while also acknowledging any redeeming qualities.
Yeah, so instead of just saying this movie is terrible,
Right.
you might say, while the plot felt predictable, I was impressed by the lead actor's performance.
Exactly. You're being critical without being dismissive.
Right.
And that's a valuable skill for any critic.
Okay, now I'm curious about how the rise of social media plays into all of this.
Oh, yeah, me too.
The career guide mentions its impact,
Mm-hmm.
but how does it affect the interview process?
It's a great question interviewers might ask about your experience with different platforms, your ability to write concise reviews, or even your understanding of online audiences.
So it's not just about being a good writer.
No.
It's about being a savvy communicator in the digital age.
Absolutely. And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer.
Okay, how so?
Their video practice tool with AI feedback
Oh, yeah?
can help you refine your delivery and body language, which is crucial for those online interviews.
It's like having a virtual director helping you stage the perfect performance.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you see, prepping for this interview is about more than just memorizing answers. It's
Okay.
about understanding the evolving landscape, refining your communication skills, and showcasing that unique blend of passion, knowledge, and adaptability that makes a great critic.
You've got to have it all.
You do.
Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating how the role of a critic has evolved,
Right.
alongside these technological advancements.
Mhm.
It's not just about pen and paper anymore.
Totally. The digital age has opened up
Yes.
so many new avenues for criticism,
It's amazing.
from video essays to podcasts like ours.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's something you can highlight in your interview.
Wow.
Show them that you're not just knowledgeable about traditional forms of criticism,
Right.
but also excited about exploring these new frontiers.
Yeah, so if they ask about your career goals,
Yes.
you could mention your interest in creating video reviews.
Yes.
Or even launching your own podcast.
Exactly.
Ro-
It shows you're adaptable and you have that forward-thinking approach,
Right.
which is so valued in today's media landscape.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
That's good.
I'm curious about this one. How do you balance the need for critique to be accessible to a broad audience
Okay.
with the desire to engage with complex or challenging works of art?
That's a great question. It gets at the heart of a critic's challenge.
Right.
Making intellectual content engaging and understandable without oversimplifying it.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between being informative and being entertaining.
Yes, exactly. The guide suggests thinking about your target audience.
Okay.
Who are you writing for? What level of knowledge can you assume?
Right.
And how can you use language and examples that resonate with a wider audience
Yeah.
while still conveying the work's complexity?
So maybe using relatable metaphors or drawing connections to more familiar works of art?
Exactly. You could say something like, I believe in using clear and engaging language, avoiding jargon, and providing context that helps readers from diverse backgrounds connect with the work.
Okay, and then give a specific example.
Yeah.
Like when I reviewed that experimental film,
Yes?
I used metaphors from everyday life
Love it.
to help viewers grasp the filmmaker's abstract concepts.
Perfect. That shows you're not afraid to tackle challenging material
Right.
while still considering the audience's experience.
Right. I wonder how RoleCatcher's AI would handle a question like that.
Oh, that's a good point. Their AI feedback tool could really come in handy here.
Yeah.
Imagine typing your answer and getting instant feedback on its clarity, its conciseness, its overall impact.
Yeah, the AI might even suggest ways to make your language more accessible.
Yes.
to a wider audience without sacrificing the depth of your analysis.
Exactly.
It's like having a personal editor
I know.
helping you fine-tune your message.
It's amazing.
Okay, next question. How do you approach the task of critiquing a work of art that is considered to be a classic or a masterpiece?
Ooh, this is where it gets interesting. The guide cautions against being intimidated by established works.
Okay.
A classic is still subject to interpretation and analysis.
So it's not about simply praising the work.
Right.
It's about offering a fresh perspective.
Exactly. You could say something like, I approach critiquing a classic with a blend of reverence and critical distance.
Okay.
I acknowledge the work's historical significance and impact, but I also seek fresh insights that are relevant to contemporary audiences.
And if they ask for an example, you could talk about a time you re-examined a classic
Yes.
and discovered something new or surprising about it.
Yes, love that.
Maybe a connection to current events or a thematic resonance that hadn't been explored before.
Exactly. It shows you're not just regurgitating established opinions, but engaging with the work on a deeper level.
Imagine using RoleCatcher's AI CV resume builder to highlight that kind of analytical skill.
Ooh, that's smart.
Yeah.
The AI could help you showcase your ability to think critically and offer unique insights,
Right.
which is exactly what employers are looking for in a critic.
Okay, next question. How do you approach the task of critiquing a work of art that is controversial or divisive?
Ooh.
This feels like a potential minefield.
It can be, but the guide emphasizes the importance of thoughtful and nuanced engagement,
Okay.
even when dealing with sensitive topics.
So it's about being respectful of diverse viewpoints
Yes.
while still offering your honest assessment.
Exactly. You might say something like, when critiquing a controversial work, I approach it with sensitivity and a desire to foster respectful conversations.
Okay.
I provide context to help readers understand the work's complexities and the reasons for its divisiveness.
And maybe highlight your ability to engage in constructive dialogue,
Yes.
even with those who disagree with your perspective.
Right. You could say, I believe that differing interpretations can enrich our understanding of a work, and I'm always open to hearing different perspectives.
That shows you're not just a critic, but a facilitator of meaningful conversations.
Exactly. Now, here's where RoleCatcher's AI video practice tool could be really helpful.
Yeah.
Imagine recording yourself answering this question and getting feedback on your tone and body language.
Because even if your words are carefully chosen,
Yes.
your delivery can convey a lot about your approach to sensitive topics.
Right. The AI can help you ensure you're coming across as thoughtful, respectful, and open to dialogue.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the role of the critic in today's rapidly changing media landscape?
The big picture question.
Right?
This is your chance to showcase your understanding of the industry and its future.
The Career Guide offers some insightful perspectives on this.
Yeah.
It highlights the increasing importance of digital platforms
Mm.
and the need for critics to adapt.
You could say something like, the critic's role is more vital than ever in today's fragmented media landscape.
Oh, okay.
With so much content competing for attention, critics provide guidance, context, and critical analysis that helps audiences navigate this overwhelming sea of information.
And you can highlight your ability to engage with a wider audience through various platforms and formats.
Yes. Whether it's writing concise reviews for social media or creating in-depth video essays.
Exactly. It shows you're not just knowledgeable about criticism,
Right.
but also adaptable and forward-thinking.
And those are qualities that any employer would find valuable.
For sure.
Okay, so we've covered like a ton in this Critic deep dive, right?
Yeah.
We analyzed interview questions, we explored the media landscape, and we even like touched on AI.
And we really dove deep into those RoleCatcher resources.
Yes, the career guide, the interview guide.
So helpful.
Super helpful for prepping,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's like time for that final takeaway.
Yes.
Something to think about as you go on this career journey.
It's like we've given you the map and the compass, but you have to choose your own adventure.
I love that. Okay, so we talked about knowledge and tools, but what about the heart of it all?
Yes.
The passion, the drive, that unique voice that you bring.
The Career Guide kind of touches on this idea of finding your niche.
Right.
And I think that's where it gets interesting. Yeah, so it's not just about being like well-versed in different art forms or being a skilled writer.
Right.
It's about identifying what really resonates with you.
Exactly.
Like what kind of art sets your soul on fire?
Yes. What conversations are you most eager to spark?
Are you drawn to the experimental,
Yeah.
the avant-garde, the underappreciated?
Ooh, I like that.
Or do you find yourself like gravitating towards the classics and seeking to re-examine them through a modern lens?
Totally.
Maybe you're passionate about championing diverse voices or like exploring the intersection of art and social justice.
Yes.
Whatever it is, let that passion be your guiding light.
It's true.
Because the world needs critics who are not just informed but insightful,
Mm-hmm.
who can challenge assumptions and open up new ways of thinking.
And remember, your perspective matters. Your voice has the power to shape how others experience and understand art.
So go out there, ace that interview, and let your unique voice shine.
Good luck, we're rooting for you.